All right, welcome to our next build video. We have completed wall 2 and we're moving along to wall 3. And walls 2 and 3 are identical. So after you've gathered all of your pieces, we're ready to remove this section of wall and then build an identical section of wall. So it will be a little repetitious, but since we have to do it, again, I want to just emphasize we could jump to this section down here, wall 4, but we would have to come back here again. So that would mean taking off the paper, removing the nails, shifting the paper on the foam, then going back. So in the end, I think we're saving time by not skipping this and going forward. So let's go ahead and take these nails out. Oh, I forgot my safety glasses. Let me grab those. Safety first. And here we go. So I'm going to pull out these nails, and I don't know what the easiest way to pull them out is. Let's see, maybe with the needle nose? Maybe just pulling on it a little bit. I'm wiggling a little bit, it's not coming off. It is coming off. Okay, that's working. I'm wiggling it. Oh, hello, let me get my mask. Okay, hold on for a second, guys. I'll be right back. I already told them that you were coming. That's what we do to make the scale a lot. Oh, I know, 100%. Okay, everyone. Sorry for that little break there. Mr. Dennis was just picking up an extra cement kit for the Building Trades 1 students. You know, teamwork is very important in construction and in life. So working together is the way that we overcome things. Okay, back to work here. We're trying to get this off, and I know we have about 6 nails in, and maybe some of them went diagonally into the wood down here, but we can't move them out until we get these out. So I'm going with the needle nose pliers. Yep, that's the best way to get these out. And if you can get the nails out without bending them, then reuse the nails. But if you can't get them out without bending them, then you have to throw them away. So if they're bent, throw them away. I'm holding down with my finger and slowly pulling this out. There we go. Nice. So those three are out on the bottom. Now I'm going to the top here, along the top. I'm gonna grab this. Oh, I have to put some pressure on it when I pull, because if not, then I might break the wood. So I'm pushing down with this finger here, pushing down and pulling up, pushing down and pulling up. Okay, so that should be a majority of the pieces. It feels really floaty now, but I feel like there's something in here, in this zone right here, that I might have gotten in. Okay, so I'm going to try to go sideways. There it is. There it is. I went sideways like this, back and forth, and then it came up. So let's take a look here. Oh yeah, I really missed here. And I can see that I now missed this one over here. I'm not going to waste any time replacing those, but I'll just say this. These nails would need to be taken out and put in at the correct angle. So you would do that later. Let's keep going. Okay, so we're ready to start. We're ready to start again. I'm kind of brushing off my work area. I'm getting ready to go. And I'll return to my instructions on the sides here. And it says take 2 9.5 lengths of 2x4 lumber for the sole and the top plates. So I'll just go over here. I'll point to where I'm looking at on the instructions. So right here, number 1, we're starting here again, and then we're going to rebuild this. Okay. The 9.5 inches long is, I think, this bundle. So let me measure 9.5. And then, yep, this is the 9.5. Okay, 9.5. We're gonna need 2. So grab 2 out of here. And that's how we get that started. The rest are gonna be the 8 foot, the scale 8 foot bundles. 5 and 5/8 long. Okay, so I really like how this is going. This should go pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and put our piece into position and then give it a little mark. Okay, I'm aligned. The alignment looks good. I'm making my line with my pencil. There we go. That looks good. I'm transferring the line around the corner now that I'm laying it flat. Okay, and then the top and the bottom are identical, so I'll align this, making sure that the ends are flush. These ends are flush together, then I'll just transfer my line. Now I'll be able to cut them both at the same time. Remember, we're going to put these 2 in first. Nice, that one's done. And, oh, much easier. Be careful when you're working with the razor blade. So here we're going to go in up top, and then here we're going to go on the bottom. And then let's talk about our nail placement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So those are going to hold us straight down. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's get that going. Now this is the basis for everything else in the wall. So take some time with it. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to follow this next one up. Two and three. And I'm making sure to stay away from the studs so that I don't have a nail going in straight down here that will interact when I put the stud in. Get in the way, excuse me. Okay. Nice. This part always goes pretty quickly, but you want to be careful that everything is aligned. Do we have a question? I can't see the video right now because this is pinned, so I can see better what I'm presenting for you. Okay, and here we go. Great. Okay, that's our start. And remember, this is how we always start the walls. We do the sole plate and the top plate. Now we're ready to add our some studs. So let's first we're going to do the perimeter. So this is the perimeter here and here. Okay, and so when we do those, then that's our start. Okay, so these are the first four pieces. These two don't have a sequence. I'll remove this to make it clear. These two don't have a first and a second. It's whatever. These two also don't have a first or a second. Whoa, these fit right in there. Oh, this is gonna go fast. This is gonna go really fast. Wow, I didn't even have to sand those. Nice. Okay, so let's get this perimeter in first. And once we have this box, this is really where it takes off. It goes much faster once we have this in, because we get a lot of structural support by connecting all these together, and then working with inside becomes easier, putting all the next pieces in. Okay, here we go. I'm doing one from the bottom here, holding firmly, and this is tough. Boy, this is really hard going in. Whoa, okay. Just be careful you don't slip. If you slip, you might break off a chunk. This piece is really hard. Oh, very dense. Remember, we were talking about the density being different in these depending on the tree and the environment that the tree is in, the different, how much water, how much rain falls for the tree in that year creates a different density. Here we go. Nice. Okay. Now I have my perimeter built. Focus. What's going on with that? There we go. That's better. Okay. So let's take a look at filling this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It just looks like 6. So we just have 6 going in here now. These are the next pieces. So let's see how they fit. What? This just is dropping in there. Oh, this is great. This one too. they're all dropping in. This is so, I don't have to sand any of these. Don't forget to drop your little spacers in. These are just placeholders for now. Okay, great. Bam. This is looking great. If you're having trouble manipulating them, just get the tip of the pencil in there and kind of slide them over. They're very delicate. So this is what we're going to be nailing next. Wow, that was fast. Okay, let's get to nailing. I'm going to go in here, 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 then pull this one tighter up to that block, the spacer block, here, here, then do all the tops. Here, 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 and here. Then from there, we'll move on to the 4x4 header. I already have my 4x4 piece here. And I've had some people say that there's identification issues with the 4x4. So if you wonder which one's the 4x4, just get two of your 8-foot studs, put them together. It makes a little square, and then that should be identical to your other square. Okay, that's how you know which one's the 4x4, if you're having any confusion on that. Okay, here we go. It's nailing time. What if they made a tiny little nail gun to do this? Does anybody think that would be ridiculous for them to make a tiny nail gun? I mean, I might think it's ridiculous, or I might just get it. You know? There we go. Mr. Dennis and I were talking about how much we like this project, and the wood is very soft, the balsa. So we really like this as opposed to the pine. We were prepping out doing this out of pine, which is how this house has been made for the construction class for decades, but it also does take a lot of prep work. Okay, let's make sure that this is aligned right there. Got it. These are going really quick. Again, this one might be sticking out a little bit past the line. We just want to hold it, give it some pressure with this one finger as I'm pushing up. I want to remind you to be taking pictures for your portfolio. That is essential. And we'll be talking more about portfolio soon. I'll be going over what we need to do for that. I think this would be super hard without needle nose pliers. I wouldn't enjoy doing this as much without them. So I'm really glad that we all have a pair of those. If you're having some success without the needle nose pliers, just let me know how your experience is. Boom. It is possible when you're framing a real size house for the board to shift on you when you shoot it with the framing nail gun. If that happens, you have to pull it out, or give it a good whack with with your framing hammer to readjust it before you get more nails into it at a weird angle. There we go. Nice. Last one. This is really jamming. I'm adjusting that. Try to line it up really well with the sheet. There we go. Nice. And remember, I'm not nailing these in right now. These are just spacers. We could do that, but there's no incentive to do it right now. I like to work my way around before I come back to those later. They're so hard to put in. I just like to leave them for the end. So taking the 4x4, we notice the 4x4, that's our next move here, is about this long. And I always mark it a little bit longer so that I can just sand it down. And I'm rocking back and forth gently, gently. There we go. I'm not pressing down too hard. I'm just more like rocking, so it's like cutting it. Let's see how close we are. Not that close. Get our sandpaper. Sandpaper to the rescue. I like sanding it just that little bit to get a nice snug fit. If it's too loose, I recommend cutting it again. There we go. Nice. That looks great. I'm really happy with that. I'm going to go diagonally in here. Boom, get that from the end there, and then go straight in right here. And then we're going to move on to the tops, then to the trimmers, then put in these fire blocks. Then end with the cap. These pieces, the channel blocks, might be the last or second to last pieces we do. Okay. So we're going to get in here, and I have a ton of, look at all these pieces I have in my leftovers bag. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to go to the leftovers bag right now and actually pull out a whole bunch of stuff that I have not used yet. I don't like to accumulate too much in here, and so I like to consume it as we go. And we're always saving every little piece. And, even tiny pieces like this could come in handy when we're doing something like, right in here. That's almost the exact size for that. I could just sand it a little bit. So I'm actually going to leave that right there for later, so I can think about that one. In the future, this is almost the right size. I think it needs to be a little longer though. Let's see, what about this? This is a little too long. Let me use this one to measure. And we're trying to create a master, and then all the other ones will get marked and cut based on that master. Wow, this is so hard. This is really tough stuff. Okay, almost there. Okay, the fit on this is good. So I'm going to mark several more. Let's see right here. I'm holding these two pieces flush and I'm marking here. Then I'm going to come over to this other side, hold these two ends flush, mark again. That's going to be two more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to do that 2 more times. I think I can get that out of this piece. So let's try that here. I like marking them and then cutting them all at once. It seems to be a little faster. Okay, so now this piece is my masterpiece. So I'm just going to put that in there. That looks great. And let's get it. Whoa, that piece jumped out. So that's 1. 2. 3. Oh, that one was super easy. Where did it go though? Uh-oh. Was it this one? No, I don't think that was it. It jumped into my pile of other ones. I think this is it. Oh, I didn't do my nailing. It's already floating on me. So, just gonna pause there. Remember that I didn't put my nails in. You must put the nails in. Sanding it and then nailing it is not gonna work out. So here, I'm gonna push down and go diagonally in. Bam, like that. And then on the other side, I'm gonna come in from the end. I'm gonna try to do this left-handed, so if it looks a little awkward, I'm not left-handed. Here, nope, didn't get it. Okay, that's in there now. Continuing on, you might have to sand these just a little bit. Yeah. Okay, that's in there. That's way too loose. Forget that. I'll have to recut some, I guess. That needs to be sanded. This is just right. Okay, so I definitely need to, oh, I thought I needed to cut one more. I need to sand this. Okay, boom. That's aligned nicely. I'm happy with that. This one is nice and snug and aligned. And this one as well. Okay, I'm gonna just drive in nails from the top, 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 top. And That hasn't seemed to create any issues. Just putting in one. Watch your fingers on this as you're driving it in. If the nail is put in at the wrong angle, it's going to come up towards your finger. Okay. Got it. Last one. This one seems a lot harder for some reason. I think it's more dense. Just be careful if you encounter that yourself. There. Okay. Now we're going to head on to the trimmers here and here. You will need full-size pieces for these. So pull from your 8-footers, your scale 8-footers here. Yes. No, I didn't. That's okay. No problem. I got a mark here. And I like to cut one and then do the other one off of that once I measure it. So I like to do multiple cuts. Boy, this one's really tough. It's really taking a lot of I'm really applying quite a bit of pressure to it. So just be careful with that when you're doing it. No, we need to sand this a little bit. How about now? There, that looks good. Okay, let me check on the other side. Yep, that's gonna look good there. So from this piece, what I like to do to speed it up is make sure that that's even and go like that. All right, let's get this one cut. Nice. Check it, a little too long. Oh, here's a great story while I'm working and nailing these in. So my friend is doing a kitchen remodel job, and there was an error in the lumber. And the error was a whole truckload of lumber, so $600 worth of plywood. And what that means is I got a whole bunch of free plywood, which is awesome because I love using plywood for a lot of projects. So I'm going to put either the nail in at this angle or this angle. So here I go. Either one is appropriate. And then try to make sure it goes in straight. There we go. So the angle of the nail was like this going in. And the reason we do the angled nailing is we don't want the nail to come out from the side. The protruding nail could be dangerous for us to grab and then end up poking ourselves. The nails are quite sharp. Okay. This one's going in up at this angle. This is really tough. This is really tough. So something's going on here. This piece is very dense. Nope, not gonna go for it. This might be a good candidate for some glue. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go for it. This is gonna be my first glue demonstration part. So to use your glue, if you end up with a really dense balsa wood piece, you have to open it up and there's a cap inside here. So you have to remove the cap, screw this back on tightly, nice and tight, and then open the nozzle. Okay, so I'm gonna put a pin in from the top and leave it sticking out a little bit. But before that, I'm gonna put a little bit of glue. Let me make sure that it's ready to come out. Nope, it wasn't all the way open. There, that's it. Let me zoom in on it and I'll show you a little bit better. Okay, this is one drop of glue, just one drop. This is not structural. It doesn't need to be strong. It's just meant to hold it in place. Now I'm opening it up. See, I'm flexing it a little bit, opening it up, closing it, opening it, closing it, opening it, and it's drawing it in. You see how it's pulling it in? Now it's totally inside. You can see that the droplet has dropped down. Now I'm going to get a nail and I want it to dry right there. So I'm going to put a nail in through this 4x4 there. It's very dense, so I can see that I caught the top of this with the tip of the nail, and there's just a little bit of glue there. So I'm going to get a Kleenex or a little paper towel to wipe that off. I don't want to get it on my fingers because then it gets on my tools. So I'm going to just wipe that off. And then there's a little bit of glue left on the tip of the bottle. Let's wipe that off too. Okay, that's better. Okay. Make sure that this is closed all the way tight if you use the glue at all. Okay, let's continue on. We are getting close to a stopping point. I'm going to just keep going a little bit on this. I will go just a few more minutes. So let's cover what I'd like to do here. Now that the trimmers are in, then I'm going to concentrate on the fire blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to concentrate on the top plate or these channel blocks. So and then that will wrap up this this wall section. So let's see what we have. Do we have any pieces that are just happen to be almost the right size? That's almost the right size. I think I'll use that there. This one, no. This one. Wow, that one's so close I could sand it. Possibly this one. No. Okay, so I like the way all of those look going in. All right, so now I'll just get those to be the right size. So this one just needs to be sanded a little bit. Nice. Then this one would just need to be sanded to go in there in that little space. Sanding pieces that are this small is a little difficult, but not impossible. Let's keep going. It's a little too tight. If you put in the little piece and it flexes the walls around it, then it's too tight and you're going to need to rethink your strategy. There it is. That's it. Okay, so after I align all of these, they should fit snugly, and then we're ready to go. I didn't cover this part about the let-in brace because this again, right here, doing this and cutting notches in all of this might take way too much time for us to be on schedule to finish this project. So I will cut the piece to go there, but I won't cut the notches in these other structural pieces to make it sit flush until we're sure we have enough time to finish the entire project. Okay, we got a good amount of work done for today. Don't forget to take your pictures.